Hello YouTube, it is your boy B3 back with another kicking comic book collection update video. We don't have that much today, just a few single issues. First up we have Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 27, part of the Shattered Grid event. You guys know I love my Shattered Grid. You guys know I love my Power Rangers comic, right? This is one of my favorite comic events of all time already. Like, it's really cool. So, Red here, who now permanently has the Dragon Shield since Tommy's, hit the bucket, kicked the bucket, whatever. And Lauren have gone to the RPM universe, one of the best Power Ranger shows, to fight off Lord Drakon and get Dr. K's tech that blocks their morphing disruption thing, and Skull has been undercover in Lord Drakon's army. Oh, so much great stuff. Look at all those Rangers. Oh, it's like Rangerverse. It's great. It's so good. Lord Drakon has all these new powers, and he's contemplating about alternate Tommies. And then I gotta show you the last bit of this. Look at this page. We get Lord Drakon with all these different powers combined into him, right? With that evil Wolf Ranger from Mystic Force, whose name I can't remember. He becomes a good Ranger later, but then the Psycho Rangers, and a team of Rangers I never thought I would see again, the A Squad from SPD. So he's got all these evil Rangers together. I wish he had Abba Killer with him, but whatever. So that was like really cool. And then there was also a free comic book day one. Sadly, I could not attend free comic book day, but I know the owner of the shop, so he saved me one of these, so definitely check them out. Help out their biz. They have a website, mycomicsplus.net, as you saw, so definitely go check it out. You can buy lots of cool stuff on there. This was Zordon went into the morphing grid to talk with these morphing entities about his Rangers, and we get like a quick origin recap, which is basically the same as the show origin, and then it talks about Lord Drakon's origin and everything again. So you don't need to read it for the event, but it's part of the event. I hate when free comic book day books are part of the event. Remember Blackest Night Zero? That was like impossible to get. But I mean, so get lots of Lord Drakon and get a checklist for it. I have everything so far. Pretty dope. And then My Little Pony Friendship is Magic number 62. I'm actually really behind on MLP. So I'm trying to catch up. But yeah, so you remember last time, because I did review it, there was this treaty they found that said the Griffins gave Equestria, the ponies, a lot of land, and then they the ponies like never paid for it, it seemed like. But there was a third party that signed it, the Yak, and then it turns out the Yaks had documentation that the ponies did sign it. They just couldn't find it because their calendars were different and it was all mixed up. And then this motherfucker tried to destroy the evidence that it had been paid off, because if they acquired all that land, his personal wealth would skyrocket. You got a fucking Donald Trump over here. But that was that, and they finished it all up, and the bureaucrats got their spotlight. So that was that, and then we have more that I'll have to show you later. I didn't want this whole thing to be MLP, because it easily could have been. I'm like half a year behind. And we have Rick and Morty Presents The Vindicators number 1. So it seems like Rick and Morty Presents is going to be a new thing, but they aren't going to be monthly, which seems nice. I don't think they're going to be monthly. Anyways, the next one's Crumbobulus Michaels. But it's a Vindicator story that's a parody and kind of commentary on superheroes in media. But whatever. I feel like they already covered that with the episode, and that this was just kind of unnecessary. Was it funny? Not as funny as Rick and Morty comics regularly are, to be completely honest. And it seems like the Rick and Morty comics have been getting a little too... They've been cracking the fourth wall a little too much recently. Not in this one, but in others. And it's hard to tell what continuity this is, because it's like it seems like this is our regular Rick, but because of things that happen, it obviously can't be. So is this another Rick that's against the council? Because there is stuff with the council looking for him in this, and it's a little confusing. But we do also have a regular issue of Rick and Morty here to show off. Rick and Morty issue 37. So it takes place after a year after Tiny Rick, right? So it kind of shows us the off-camera stuff that happened with them killing the vampire, Coach Ferratu. And then like a year later, the vampires abduct Morty and Summer, just Morty and Summer, because they can't find Tiny Rick, because Tiny Rick doesn't exist anymore. They abduct Morty, and he kind of willingly gets turned into a vampire, because turning into a vampire means he gets to have sex, and, Morty's all pubescent and shit. So that's pretty, that's just Rick and Morty. Whoa, wacky! And then Summer doesn't get turned into a vampire, because the guys are supposed to turn into a vampire. She's kind of teaching them how to get on their parents' nerves and shit, even though all their parents are dead. And it's like a weird thing. They actually killed one of their parents, because Coach Ferratu is one of the parents. So at the end of this issue, they cure Morty, but then they have to go to the vampire stronghold to get Summer. So they cure Morty and kill the vampires that were with him. But yeah, that's it. That's the last issue of the thing. So quick recap, we have Rick and Morty issue 37. Rick and Morty presents The Vindicators #1, which, here's the info. Quarterly series of one-shots. Yeah, see, Crumbobulous Michaels comes out the month I'm recording this. Then we get Sleepy Gary. Hey, I'd read a Sleepy Gary. Pickle Rick, of course. Pickle Rick was actually in this one, but it was really stupid. He didn't even do anything. So, anyways, as I was saying, Rick and Morty issue 37. Rick and Morty presents The Vindicators #1. We have My Little Pony Friendship is Magic #62. We also have the very cool Shattered Grid stuff, Free Comic Book Day, Shattered Grid, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And we also have Mighty Morphin Power Rangers #27 from Shattered Grid. So that's it. Thank you all very much for your support. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below. Facebook, Twitter, etc. And I'll be seeing you all later.